More motivation reactions. Back for another one. Michael Jordan is back and he's talking about load management. Let's get into the video.
Really know when you, and it's amazing, you never really know when you're in the prime of your career how much time you really do not have for family.
I'm really happy to just hear from Michael Jordan because he's been on the down low for very, very long. And I don't know what happened to the ratings, but the ratings went up because he came on air. So, yeah, this is cool. Anyways, let's get back into it.
That's what I have time to do now. I mean, the most valuable asset I have is time. Right? So that's probably why you don't see enough of me, because that time I'm trying to
see. I said it.
Spend with family members and things that I've been missing out on for such a long time.
Do you ever pick up a ball and just shoot?
I haven't picked up a ball in years.
No, come on, just like walk past. There's got to be a hoop somewhere at your place.
You don't see a hoop anywhere around here, right?
I don't. Like, seriously, the last time you picked up a basketball and shot?
I was at the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
And I rented a house from the owner.
Sure.
He came over to do pictures. He had grandkids. And I was meet and greet, thank him for allowing me to stay in the house. And he had a basketball court. He says, I want you to shoot one free throw. I said, really? Now, I already paid for the house, and I like you got to see me. So when I stepped up to shoot the free throw, it's the most nervous I've been in years.
Stop it.
I think I saw the video.
In years.
Stop it, come on.
And reason being is, those kids heard the stories from the parents about what I did 30 years ago.
Right.
So their expectation is 30 years prior, and I haven't touched the basketball.
I hope you switched it.
Absolutely.
That's hilarious.
I got them.
My apologies, folks. I thought he would be talking about load management because I saw a video somewhere on Twitter, Instagram, him talking about it. I believe he'll get into it at some point here, but I'm not seeing it so far.
Most gratifying, that made my whole week, is that I was able to please that kid, not knowing if I could.
Wow.
So you let us bring a camera or two to your place here to talk to you about basketball. Why do you want to share what you're thinking about basketball now?
It's paying forward. I have an obligation to the game of basketball. Not financially. I'm okay. I mean, I think more or less from as a basketball player is to be able to pass on messages of success and dedication to the game of basketball.
Still love it?
Love it like you wouldn't believe. I mean, in all honesty, I wish I could take a magic pill, put on shorts, and go out and play the game of basketball today.
Wow. When you hear him speak about the game, you can tell he actually loves the game. What I mean is, he's willing to go out there on the floor despite of being hurt. He's willing to give it everything he has. He's willing to give back to it, if he's on the court or off the court. He wants to inspire other people to play basketball. But the players now want to take from it, use it for popularity, use it for views, and self-fulfilling things. There's nothing wrong with fulfilling things for yourself, but at the end of the day, it is the game that is giving you all that. And this guy here wants to give back to the game as well. That's what you see.
Because that's who I am. That's that type of competition, that type of competitiveness is what I live for, and I miss it. I miss that aspect of playing the game of basketball. Being able to challenge myself against what people see as great basketball. But it's better for me to be sitting here talking to you as opposed to popping my Achilles and I'm in a wheelchair for a while.
But it's nice to be able to share the things that can still make the game great going forward from your perspective.
Yeah, I think one of the things why I did this is, as professional athletes, we have an obligation to pay it forward. That's part of what this is all about. It's to pass it, pay it forward.
Insights to Excellence with Michael Jordan. He spoke about load management and how he would play through injuries and flu games for anyone and everyone that would come to the games to watch him. Here's the full episode.
The term load management has become such a hot button in the NBA.
I know you were going to talk about that one.
Because you played 80 games a lot.
Here we go. The topic of the day, load management. That was not a thing until late 2000s, past 2010, mid 15. Players started to talk about that for some reason. I think the Spurs did it first. The Spurs really implemented that a lot. Popovich rested Tim Duncan and all those older folks to get them good to go for playoff runs. So I saw that a lot of the Spurs.
A lot. You played 82. What do you think of when you hear the term load management thrown around?
It shouldn't be needed, first and foremost. I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove. It was something that I felt like the fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy way up on top who probably worked his ass off to get a ticket.
Bingo. He cares about the fans. He cares about the people that spent a lot of money, hours traveling to get there to see their favorite player play. That's what I like. He's not just thinking about himself.
Or to get money to buy the ticket.
You really cared about the guy who sat in the top deck at the Palace in Auburn Hills to watch you when you came to Detroit?
Yeah, because I know he's probably yelling at me. I don't want to shut him up. He's calling me all kinds of names. I definitely want to shut him up.
Right.
That if they're wanting to see you, and as an entertainer, I want to show, right? So if the guys are coming to watch me play, I don't want to miss that opportunity. Now, physically, if I can't do it, then I can't do it. But physically, if I can do it, and I just don't feel like doing it, that's a whole different lens.
So give me the first time that you came to that fork in the road in your career where you could have sat down and missed a game, but you fought through.
To put it into context, he played 82 games 9 times. 9 seasons he played 82 games. He played over 80 10 times, and he played over 78, I believe, 12 times. Yeah, so this is not just talk. He applied it.
Starting my career,
okay.
I twisted my ankle. And I had a teammate. He says, "You twist your ankle, young fella. Come over and sit with me. This is you need to." I said, "No, man. I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play. I want to win. I want to make an impact." And I twisted my ankle. I taped it up, and I went back out and I played.
Wow.
I always felt that. I always felt the necessary need that I could never leave my comrades out if I could perform. Right? Even if I couldn't. Utah, great example. Everybody said it's game 5, which is a very pivotal game. I was going to find a way to get out there, even if I was a decoy. But once I got out there, you never know how, pushing yourself, you never know what happens, right?
So that night you got out there and you found you could do more than you could.
This is a lesson in life in general. Like at my workplace, you have a lot of people, when they're coughing, they don't feel like 100%. It might not be because they physically cannot come to work, but there's always an excuse to work at home and not show up to work. And honestly, fight through it. Do what you can to fight through it. If you're sick as a dog and you cannot be around other people because you're in fear of making them sick, that's a different story. But if you have just a little bit, do what you can, put in the effort. There's a lot of quitting going on now, not just in sports, but at the gym, at work, in multiple areas. So this is a lesson we can all take to our lives and use it. You may not feel like it, but you're still capable of doing it. Do it anyway. You will feel better afterwards.
And you thought you were going to be able to.
Next thing you know, the emotions, the situation, the need of the team, all those things molded me to, I'm gonna gut this thing out. Back to your point of what load management is, you play basketball 2.5 hours a day, 3 hours a day, right? That's your job. That's what you get paid to do as an NBA player. What are you doing the other 21 hours? I mean, to me, that's when you should be preparing for your next day of work.
Yeah.
Your next,
Exactly. You should be resting. You should be paying attention to your nutrition. You should not be out clubbing and on Twitter like KD and what's his name, Anthony Edwards, arguing with each other. You should be recovering and preparing yourself physically and mentally for the next day, so you actually recover. You know what I mean? It seems like rocket science, but the players now are so talented that they don't need to be doing that. But then they need to load manage. Can somebody figure out why?
Challenge. Now, I'm the worst. Maybe I'm not one of the guys that you would probably model that, or
I was gonna say, did you do that?
But then again, too, I'm contradicting myself here a little bit. But then again, too, Michael Jordan wasn't really the best when it came to the cigars, the gambling, stuff like that. But it's just a concept, right? You're training. Outside of the training, what are you doing the other 18 to 21 hours? That impacts your ability to perform the next day or the next workout. You have to know your body, know what you need in order to be able to not miss the next session. That's the whole point. Self-awareness is required.
Every time?
But you should think about that in retrospect of what load management really is. I always felt like one is a sense of pride for the fans that are paying.
Right.
Two is a sense of making sure that I stay sharp. I'm not going to lose it. And three, I want our rhythm as a team to always be there. It can disrupt that synergy that's happening.
And out of the 15,
He knows, man, because he has a team that won 72 games. So, hey, that means something. So it means something.
seasons that MJ played, he played 80 plus in 11 of them.
Anyways, that's all my thoughts for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for sticking around to this point. Subscribe for more reaction videos. May God bless you. I'll catch you next reaction.